We are group 22D-01 and today we will be presenting our assignment on international business strategy, foreign direct investment, analysis of Gamuda Berhad. Allow me to introduce my team members, myself, Hafiz Hamzah, Chan Ziang, Lo Yaying, Michelle Anak Tanju, Nur Zafirah Balkis binti Baharudin, and the last one, Ng Jin Yan. My name is Hafiz Hamzah, contact number 22124081. First, we start with introduction. It's crucial for a business that are seeking growth that is sustainable and last long to maintain a globally competitive position in the dynamic world of trade and infrastructure, and to find new international markets where they can step in. Gamuda Berhad, a Malaysian infrastructure firm, is a typical example of the companies that are increasingly interested in overseas projects. Companies like them have to show that they can do the same business, making a push in the international market, especially in the case of those firms that are really competitive. This report is a complete study of the company's strategic decision to go into the Chinese market. It especially describes the company background, the construction and infrastructure sector, its part, and the reason to let to China selection as the next place to develop. The report is one of the international business division strategy that aim to go through well-founded criteria and enough evidence, at the same time access to most potential market. Next, company background of Gamuda Berhad. Gamuda Berhad is a top infrastructure, construction and engineering company in Malaysia. Founded in 1976, this company has transformed from a local construction company to a global enterprise that is well known for its big project in the infrastructure and property development. The company principal office are located in Selangor, Malaysia. It can be said that Gamuda has always been the driving force of not only project related but also technology related innovation in the field of tunneling, green infrastructure and urban development in particular. It is a stunning project collection cover works in Klang Valley, mass rapid transit, stormwater management and road tunnel, as well as multiple expressway and water treatment facility across the region. Globally, the company has been very active also beyond Malaysia and has set real business in countries such as Taiwan, Singapore, Australia and Vietnam. Gamuda business expansion strategy turned out to based on the ability to use the company design and engineering services in the introduction of state-of-the-art tunneling technology, but also making partnership with the public and private sector. Being sustainable has been a main factor that has made the company work well while the environmental and regulatory conditions were changing across the globe. Shift in Gamuda corporate mission means that it supports ESG factor is growing along with its international partner and investors who are now investing more. My name is Hafiz Hamzah, contact number 22124081. First, we start with introduction. It's crucial for a business that are seeking growth that is sustainable and last long to maintain a globally competitive position in the dynamic world of trade and infrastructure, and to find new international markets where they can step in. Gamuda Berhad, a Malaysian infrastructure firm, is a typical example of the companies that are increasingly interested in overseas projects. Companies like them have to show that they can do the same business, making a push in the international market, especially in the case of those firms that are really competitive. This report is a complete study of the company's strategic decision to go into the Chinese market. It especially describes the company background, the construction and infrastructure sector, its part, and the reason to let to China selection as the next place to develop. The report is one of the international business division strategy that aim to go through well-founded criteria and enough evidence, at the same time access to most potential market. Next, strategy outlook. Why into China? China's massive infrastructure development programs, urbanization agenda, and willingness to attract foreign investment in key sectors provide Gamuda Berhad with a tempting opportunity. The Chinese economy is the world's largest second, and is still in the process of significantly boosting transport, water, economy, and smart city infrastructure through the 14 5-year plan and Belt and Road Initiative (BRI). On top of that, the prevalence of sustainable development and ESG-friendly infrastructure in China is a niche area which Gamuda has strong expertise. By being a leader in the industry, the design and deliver the underground transport system in the city, Gamuda is ready to support China's future development needs in a significant way.
Now moving to the foreign country background section. In this study, our group decided to choose China as the target country for Gamuda Berhad to expand the market. There are 4 parts in this section, which are economy, geography, demographic, and social cultural. First one is the economic overview of China. In 2025, China ranks as the second largest economy in terms of nominal GDP and also holds the largest economy in PPP. China also has higher infrastructure investment projects. The rapid urbanization and continuous government investment in infrastructure development present a significant opportunity for Gamuda. Next is the geography. China is the fourth largest country in the world and shares land border with 14 countries. It results in China being positioned as a critical hub for global trade. The size of the country creates substantial demand for connecting remote and underdeveloped regions to major trade routes. The third part is demographic. Until 2024, China remains the most population country globally, with an estimated population of 1.41 billion people. The urbanization trend of China are also increasing, which causes the demand for sustainable urban infrastructure solutions to continue to grow and provide an opportunity to Gamuda. The last part is about the social cultural insight. The table shows the 6 dimensions to present the social cultural aspect of China. There is a higher score on the power distance index in China. It indicates a cultural tendency toward hierarchical structures and a respect for authority. This means that in business, decisions are often centralized and employees are less likely to overly discuss. Next, China gets a low score on individualized, reflecting a strong collective culture. This emphasizes the importance of building strong networks and maintaining collaborative relationships with local stakeholders. Following with a relatively low score for uncertainty awareness, China culture is generally flexible. This openness presents opportunities for Gamuda to introduce innovative solutions. Next, China moderate masculinity score indicate that the culture places importance on achievement, performance, and success. Businesses are driven by measurable results and competition. China has a higher long-term orientation. It reflects a cultural emphasis on future reward and strategic patience. This aligns well with Gamuda's long-term investment approach in infrastructure projects. Last, China gets a low indigenous score, suggesting that the cultural value respect and social acceptability for Gamuda, demonstrating a commitment to sustainability and social responsible business practice can help foster positive relationships with both customers and the government.
My name is Jing Yan. Now I will briefly present the market potential for Gamuda Berhad in China, structured into the following 6 key elements. The first one is the economic development. In 2024, China recorded a 5% GDP growth, reaching RMB 134.91 trillion, maintaining its status as the world's second largest economy. This growth was driven by strong government investment in manufacturing and infrastructure, including a 5.8% increase in infrastructure spending. China's 14th Five-Year Plan emphasizes modern urban transit systems and digital engineering. Gamuda, with its advanced tunnel boring machine and technology and digital construction expertise, is well positioned to support large-scale rail and urban projects, particularly in key development hubs like Chengdu and Chongqing. Also, the Belt and Road Initiative enhanced the potential for partnerships and regional project expansion. The second one is the urbanization and demographic trends. China's urbanization range increased to 66.16% in 2023, with over 160 cities existing 1 billion residents and 18 cities classified as megacities. Cities like Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Beijing are rapidly modernizing their transport systems. Gamuda's track record with urban rail projects such as Malaysia's Klang Valley MRT and its autonomous TBM systems make it a strong contender for collaborations in infrastructure expansion across fast-growing cities like Xi'an and Wuhan. The increased use of public-private partnership models has over 15,000 projects valued at 20.92 trillion yuan, providing Gamuda a strategic role to market entry. The following aspect is the infrastructure development opportunities. China has ambitious infrastructure plans, including 19,000 kilometers of new railways, 29 airports, and 3,400 kilometers of urban rail transit. The country is also embracing the Smart City concept, which promotes green infrastructure for better water management and climate resilience. The next one is the technological advancement and smart cities. China is a global leader in smart city development. For example, Alibaba's City Brand project, which uses AI and big data to improve urban traffic, can reduce congestion in Hangzhou by 15%. Kuala Lumpur also adopted this system in collaboration with Grab. Gamuda can contribute to these smart city goals by offering digital operation and maintenance platforms. The following is the market accessibility and logistics. China modernized its transportation network under the 14th Five-Year Plan with targets including 302,000 kilometers of public roads and 29,000 kilometers of expressway. Ports and airports will be more interconnected, improving access and at 70 to 80% of key hubs. This benefits Gamuda's logistics by enabling the efficient transport of TBMs from Port Klang to cities like Shanghai or Shenzhen. The aggregated air and sea infrastructure also supports timely deployment of personnel and machinery, reduce the project delays and also operational costs. For the last one aspect is financial and investment climate. In the first half of 2024, China attracted nearly $20 billion in foreign direct investment in manufacturing alone. This indicates a robust investment environment. The government has simplified administrative processes, eased restrictions, and offered tax incentives, especially in infrastructure and environmental services, now included in the 2024 negative list, with the goal of carbon neutrality by 2060. Gamuda's focus on sustainable and innovative construction technologies also position it strongly for long-term success in this market.
China's complex regulatory environment necessitates collaboration with local partners and legal professionals. The country's 40th Five-Year Plan promotes resilient infrastructure, sustainable urbanization, and green growth through tax incentives. Fiscal policy also supports infrastructure and environmentally sustainable development through low carbon and green practice. Economic China modernized financial market encouraged collaboration between local government and foreign investors, while its GDP grew 5%. Infrastructure investment drives smart city initiatives and sustainable utilities. China advanced infrastructure network improved second and third-tier cities. However, a declining working age population and advancement in robotics and AI create skill gap. Cultural Gamuda Berhad's success in China is rooted in hierarchical relationship, formal communication, and a strong power structure, Guanxi. The company aims to improve access to essential services in rural and second-tier urban areas by integrating community-focused components. Technological Gamuda, a leading Chinese construction company, is leveraging advanced technology like automation and AI to enhance its market competitiveness and technological capabilities, in line with China's advancement, infrastructure, and research focus. Environment China aims to become a global leader in renewable energy with a goal of 1,200 watt of solar and wind capacity by 2030. The government is also accelerating waste recycling system construction, integrating circular economy ideas into business operation. Lastly, legal. China's employment law mandate employer to provide contract, contribute to social insurance, and offer benefit, with non-compliance resulting in financial penalties and legal dispute. Occupational health and safety regulation require hazard and identification, training, and management system.
Gamuda Berhad must understand China's political and legal environment to make informed FDI decisions. Using the PESTA framework, we assess political stability, legal system, and CSR obligation that impact strategy. This slide presents a PESTA analysis of China to evaluate the external macro environment that will influence Gamuda Berhad's foreign direct investment strategy. Politically, China maintains stable governance under the Communist Party, which supports infrastructure development and foreign investment, although political control and regulatory oversight remain strict. Economically, China is the world's second largest economy with strong GDP growth, a large consumer market, and ongoing urbanization. However, rising labor costs and trade tensions, especially with Western countries, pose some risks to investors. Socially, China's rapidly expanding middle class, increased urban migration, and high smartphone and internet users show a society open to innovation and smart infrastructure, an opportunity for Gamuda's construction and development expertise. On the technological front, China is a global leader in digital infrastructure, artificial intelligence, and green tech. Governance support for smart city development aligns with Gamuda's sustainability-focused approach. In terms of environmental factors, China has tightened regulations on carbon emissions and construction practices to fight pollution. For Gamuda, this presents both a challenge and an opportunity to showcase its environmentally responsible capabilities. Legally, China has complex regulatory procedures and strong enforcement of local laws, especially related to foreign businesses and joint ventures. Legal compliance and risk management will be critical for successful market entry. Overall, China's dynamic and highly regulated environment requires strategic alignment, but it offers significant long-term potential for Gamuda Berhad's expansion into smart infrastructure and green development projects. Next slide focuses on the legal and political environment in China, which plays a crucial role in shaping Gamuda Berhad's foreign direct investment strategy. First, China's stable political system, governed by the Chinese Communist Party, offers high levels of political stability. This stability is important for long-term investment planning and reduces uncertainty for foreign investors like Gamuda Berhad. Next, we look at the civil law-based legal framework. Although China has reformed its legal system to support a market-driven economy, foreign companies still face challenges. These include low legal transparency, bureaucratic hurdles, and inconsistent enforcement of regulations. There are also notable barriers to foreign investors. Legal concerns such as weak intellectual property rights protection, enforcement gaps, and complex administrative procedures continue to create obstacles and slow down market entry for international firms. When it comes to government regulation of FDI, China used tools like the negative list and the 5-year plans to direct investment. The good news for Gamuda is that infrastructure and green technology, our strategic areas, are on the encouraged list, which open up more opportunity. In addition, the foreign investment law introduced in 2020 reflects China's efforts to attract FDI. It promotes equal treatment for foreign and domestic businesses, better IPR protection, and stronger dispute resolution mechanism, creating a more transparent and fairer environment. In terms of CSR compliance in the construction sector, RAN 2025 highlighted CSR mandates in China are still underdeveloped, especially in construction. Therefore, companies like Gamuda must take proactive steps by adhering to ethical standards beyond legal requirements. Lastly, environmental and sustainability legislation is also tightening. China's focus on sustainable development includes strict regulation on carbon emissions and environmentally responsible practices. For Gamuda, aligning with this regulation is essential to build stakeholder trust and avoid penalties. In summary, the importance of regulatory adaptation cannot be overstated. Understanding China's evolving political and legal system is key for managing risks, ensuring compliance, and achieving long-term competitiveness in this market.
Hello, my name is Mirsha Tanjuk. My matrix number is 2212422657. Next, I'm going to proceed with the socio-cultural influences. For the overview of the socio-cultural landscape, China's society holds on too many traditional values. This includes respect for authority. The key for succeed in China, company like Gamuda, which is used to working in Malaysia and other Southeast Asian countries, needs to adapt to this value. Relationship and social harmony are very important in Chinese culture. Chinese culture values the long term. Most planned projects are for several years and expected to bring benefits into the future. For the workplace norms and labor relations, the Chinese workplace values discipline, teamwork, and loyalty. Employees are generally reluctant to question authority or speak out, so Gamuda's managers need to create a space where staff feel safe to raise issues. Language can also be a barrier. Most on-site workers may not speak English. Hiring bilingual staff or interpreters is important. And when it comes to working hours, the 996 culture, which is working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week, is still common in China. While Gamuda should meet local productivity expectation, it must also ensure worker welfare and safety. Next in the socio-cultural influence is language and communication challenge. In China, communication is often indirect, especially when giving feedback or declining proposals. This ties to the concept of saving face or mianzi, which emphasizes protecting dignity in interactions. Gamuda's managers must adjust from a direct style to a more respectful and tactful approach. Building strong personal relations or guanzi is crucial. Gamuda should invest time in networking, attending events, and showing genuine interest in long-term partnerships to build trust. Negotiations in China take time, especially with public agencies. Patience, consistency, and respect for formal procedures are key to navigating the process smoothly. Next is societal expectations and public image. Public opinion in China strongly influences how foreign companies are perceived. There's growing emphasis on environmental sustainability and social responsibility, not just cost or speed. Gamuda's track record in green infrastructure like eco-friendly rail systems and flood projects align well with China's goal for low-carbon, beautiful cities. To build goodwill, Gamuda should engage with local communities, hire locally, and work with Chinese subcontractors. Sharing bilingual updates and supporting community projects can further strengthen its reputation. Cultural observance and holiday considerations. Major holidays like Lunar New Year, National Day, and Labor Day can pause construction for days or weeks. Gamuda should adjust project timelines to avoid delays. Cultural beliefs, including Feng Shui, may affect design choices, especially in residential or traditional areas. Also, honoring holidays and local practices helps Gamuda strengthen relationships with workers, communities, and authorities. And lastly is on regional variation and localization strategies. Cities like Shanghai and Beijing are international and advanced, while interior regions like Henan or Guangxi may be slower but offer untapped opportunities with less competition. Gamuda should also tailor its strategies of using smart tech in richer cities and focusing on cost efficiency in lower income areas. Lastly, local partnerships and cultural awareness are crucial. One-size-fits-all strategy won't work across China's varied region.
And the last one, recommendation. Number 1, establish strategic joint venture with local partners to navigate regulatory and cultural complexities. Gamuda Berhad should focus on establishing joint venture with reputable local construction or infrastructure companies to successfully enter the Chinese market. Number 2, invest for local workforce development and cross-cultural management training. Gamuda should launch a training initiative aimed to enhance the skills of the local workforce in technical, managerial, and ESG compliance. Number 3, technological innovation to align with China's smart city and sustainability. Gamuda Berhad should leverage its technological expertise such as autonomous tunnel boring machines, building information modeling, and digital engineering capabilities to establish itself as a significant contributor to China's smart city project. And the last one, align project planning with Chinese environmental policy and local expectation. Gamuda needs to truly incorporate with evolving environmental regulation in China. That's all from us, Group 22D-01. Thank you for listening.